Good morning. I wanted to talk about or show you guys a little bit about electrical stuff in the Bundutop because we've got a lot of questions about that. So brief rundown on electrical. All roof tents that are electric lift have either a few different types of mechanisms. They tend to be either actuator driven or gas struts, which is your clamshells, or the Bundu, which is quite unique. It runs off a boat lifter, which is a basically pulleys, strings, and a small RV winch. So basically, the RV winch is operated directly from these two terminals. So you've got a wire, a red one and a black one, which goes straight to the winch. And if you use jumper leads on those, there's no electrics whatsoever other than the winch. Now, in remote area travel, electrical or mechanical failure is pretty much inevitable at some stage. It happens. The electrical failure rate of these tents off that so far in 7 years of servicing them is zero. Like none have ever not worked off power here. You do have electrical that, you might have your cable that doesn't have power in it because you're blowing a fuse or whatever else. Or, another one's the teeth come in out of here or something, weird shit that you just don't expect. But you can always jump start these to go up and down. Now, in the event that you do stuff up, you leave latches down or you strike an object like a tree, destroy part of your roof or anything like that, having accommodation and warm bedding is pretty much critical out here. It was -2 or 3 last night. You certainly wouldn't want to be sleeping without a sleeping bag or anything. And you need to be able to rely on your gear. The Bundu is fantastic because if you do have some sort of electrical fault in your car, you're not moving. You wouldn't drive a car without a battery either, so you can't. So, batteries, you can't say, well, I don't want electrical, or you may as well ride a bike. As far as computer parts from China, little, circuit boards and shit, it has none. It has headlight relays, which, again, you wouldn't drive a car without headlights. So, like, you've got basically a pretty foolproof system. If your battery power fails, if everything fails, or you start breaking strings and pulleys or anything like that you could possibly imagine, you can always lift these and just push them up with your feet and prop them and spend the night and sort it out in the morning. Usually the worst you'll get with these is a broken string. If you break a string, it's one string, there's 4. So the thing still lifts with 3, it actually still lifts with 2. So you can keep breaking it for weeks and still keep sleeping in it. It might not set quite right, but you'll get it up. Now, the reason we don't support tents as per se that are actuator driven is because an actuator works off a metal rod, and if the actuators are inside the tent and you shut it and then it doesn't go up, you can't forcibly lift that without taking the actuators off. So to take them off is impossible if they're in a tent. So it has to be done in the workshop, and basically they do that by accessing the floor. In some cases you can fiddle around in there, and if you know exactly where the wires are, you can force the actuators to work off the wires, which is what we had to do here with a mate's tent last night when his stopped working. Actuators are just a no-no. If you're going to run actuators in an electric tent, they should be on the outside of the tent so you can bolt them off and then manually lift it and then prop it as per se. Anyway, just a ramble about electrics and tents. If you look around out here and you go, oh, you got your family with you and your shit doesn't work, it's a bit of a wake-up call that maybe things should be repairable on the track. So it's not a bad idea for whatever your chosen gear is to give it a go quite a bit before you get somewhere like this, so you know how to fix stuff, because it is inevitable that gear fails in this environment. Cars, tyres, wheels, winches, solenoids, motors, everything breaks, and you don't want to be stuck without somewhere to sleep in -3 degrees. Anyway, do love the Bundutop. It is 100% reliable for us so far. We found 7 years of it. Yes, you can break things, but yes, you can fix them, and you can keep fixing them with string, wire, sticky tape, just crap. You can keep fixing them. Anyway, sun's bright. I'm glad, because it's really cold before. It's getting better now. It was a hard night on the feet. My feet froze. Anyway, good night.